Right, hello again, everyone. Welcome back to this live stream for the evening session of the play. I say the evening session, it's the last session of the day. It's not really in the evening in India. It's 2:30 in the afternoon in India. They're 4.5 hours ahead of us, so the session will finish, scheduled to finish at 4:30 their time, 11 o'clock AM our time. England at tea are 140 for 2 after 57 overs. Vincent Sharma, Ryzen Sharma even, hopefully I pronounced his name right, will be bowling. He's had 9 overs so far. Today he's had 12 runs conceded, no wickets. And Root hits the ball, edges the ball, but it's an under edge and it goes downwards before getting to the wicket keeper. That's the first ball of the session, and a chance there, but Root survives. Good start for India, though. So England 140 for 2, 33 overs left of the day. England should be looking towards 240 mark, I would have thought. But it depends how many wickets they lose. If they lose a couple of wickets, they'll have to, whichever new batsman gets in will have to start again. It will slow the rate of scoring down. But if I say that England would be looking for 100 runs in this session to get to 240, I don't think that's unrealistic. Oh, for God's sake. Joe Root, for the second time in 3 deliveries after the tea break, has edged the ball. It's gone through to the wicketkeeper, but it's bounced. Yeah, just an outside edge. And it bounces just short of the wicketkeeper, who takes the ball on its way up again. Not out, but still a good start for India. That's a more conventional defensive shot from Joe Root. Goes to short mid-wicket, no run scored. Yeah, 100 runs in this over is what I would have thought England would want to get. 100 runs in the over, that'd be brilliant. 100 runs in the session even, with 33 overs to be bowled. And if England get to about 240 by the end of the day and they've got wickets in hand, they'll be in a good position for tomorrow. That's better from Root. Root hits a shot on the leg side, scores a single, moves on to 46. And India, what will India want to do? they will want to get 2 or 3 wickets to be to get about 4 or 5 down. What India will be thinking of is if they get 1 wicket, they might be able to get another wicket fairly quickly after that. So yes, it looks good for England at the moment. That's not necessarily the position to be guaranteed if India do get a wicket. That's the end of the first over, though. First over of the session is now England are 141 for 2 from 58 overs. Root approaching his half century. Both Root and Sibley will want to get 100 in this innings, I would have thought. Nadeem is going to be bowling from the pavilion end. Slow left arm bowler, it says. Orthodox, according to Wikipedia, which means he spins the ball. Current run rate 2.41. England will want to put that up towards 3 by the end of the day. Root has scored a single. It won't go up to 3 exactly, it'll be below 3, but 2.7 or something like that. Another single for Sibley. And this time Root has hit the gap in the offside field and the fielder's misfielded it. And Root gets a boundary and gets his half century. And I have to say, I think Root has played very well for that. 51 not out from 110 balls. He came in at 66 for 2 just before lunch when we had lost 2 quick wickets in a row. Sorry, 63 for 2 he came in at. And partnership is now 84. Root has scored the majority of them, 51 out of the 84. The next over has already started and Sibley has got a single. a good shot on the boundary on the offside to get to the boundary. So both Root and Sibley have got half centuries. Can they get centuries now? They'll both be looking to get a century. They've done the hard work of getting a half century. They've got in. They've contributed to the innings. Can they go on from that? Rajan Sharma to Root. .2 overs, 0 for 14. Sharma bowls it down the leg side, and this time England get 2 runs. Root hits it behind square on the leg side, but it's fielded well, and it's a no ball as well. That's the 10th no ball of the innings, I believe. Was it the 9th? No, it's the 10th. So India have hit double figures of extras. Good shot from Roots. Well fielded, prevented the boundary. But that's a good ball in response to that. Three balls of the over gone. 4 runs from the over. And a forward defensive block shot from Roots. No runs scored. Channel 4 are now showing a montage of the innings highlights of Joe Root as he's got his half century. He's now on 53 and he's got 6 boundaries. And I have to say, he hasn't. He's played very well. He's got quite a few boundaries, but not what you'd say at any risk. Oh, nicely in the gap. Gets another couple of runs. Right. Let me just correct. 147 for 59 overs. Delete that message because it's wrong. Right. 6 runs from that over, including a some shots from Root. There wasn't a boundary, but he hit a couple of twos. So, and there's a no ball, a run from Sibley as well. So England are 153 for 2 from 60 overs. 2 people are watching the stream, so if you want to give this a like, you can do. If you want to subscribe to me, you can do. If you want to turn on your notifications, you can do. If you want to comment in the chat, you can do, but it's got to be about cricket. So if you want to say who you're supporting, either you're supporting England or India, or you're neutral, and if you want to predict what you think will happen in the match, that'd be good. Nadeem is bowling, Sibley's on strike. Oh, Sibley has now put the ball on the offside behind square for 4. And it's a short ball with a bit of width. It's going to go to the boundary. I did say earlier that the run rate is 2.4, and England would want to get it up to about 2.7 by the end of the day. The scoring rate has quickened up and is now precisely at 2.58. So it has gone up quite a bit. The end of the over, 4 runs, that 1 boundary coming from it. 61 overs in the match. You'd think it's simple to just type in the chat the latest score, but it took a bit of concentration to do that, actually. Isant Sharma is bowling from the gate end. Root is on strike. A cloudy day in India, but it looks quite a hot day. Root hits it down the leg side for a single. There's a fielder there, so no chance of 2 there. Nice, simple forward defensive shot from Sibley. Dot ball goes straight back to the bowler. And Don Sibley, he had 9 matches in 2020, which I must admit I hadn't really kept track of the cricket last year because of the coronavirus. 3 matches in 2019 and 3 matches this year. And at the last ball of the over, Sibley tucks it down the leg side for a single, moves on to 60. And England move on to 159 for 2 from 62 overs. So in the 5 overs after tea, they've scored 19 runs, so they are actually scoring them quite quickly, 3.8 and over. Nadeem is bowling from the pavilion end for India. Sibley is on strike. The Channel 4 commentators are talking about Joe Root as captain and his batting record as captain and his batting record when he hasn't been captain. His record as not as captain is slightly better, average of 54 compared to an average of 46 when he's been captain. Now, I think Joe Root's been a good captain simply because the number of games we've won. England are always playing cricket. They never have time off, like other countries sometimes. But oh, last over was maiden over. Sibley basically blocked all 6 balls. So 159 for 2 from 63 overs is England's score now. And Root is back on the strike. Bumrah is bowling, who's replaced Instant Sharma. Why isn't Sharma? Root hits the ball straight on to the offside, straight to the field, though, so there's no run. 3 balls in this over, no runs from it yet. I did say that England had increased the scoring rate. They had done. And just as I say that, Root hits a boundary on the offside, right between all the fielders. Off the middle of the bat. There's 3 fielders on the offside, but it goes in the gap between all of them. And such is the pace on the ball, they've got no chance of stopping the boundary at all. Root moves on to 60. Same score as Sibley and a lot less balls, and that's a 100-run partnership off 234 balls. Now 235 as a full defensive shot is played, no run. So that's a good partnership for England because they've at 63 for 2, they were not exactly in trouble, but it'd been disappointing to lose 2 wickets after such a good start. So that's a good recovery. Here's the end of the over. So that boundary was the only scoring shot in the over. But moves the score onto 163 for 2 from 64 overs. 26 overs left today. And Sibley is back on strike now that we've changed the over. Nadeem is bowling. He's on 0 for 38 after what is now 13.2 overs. Sibley has played a full defensive shot back to Nadeem. 2 people are watching. Hello. Welcome to the stream, a live watch along of England v India in the evening session. You can subscribe to me if you want. You can turn on your notifications if you want. You can also even like the video if you want to as well. And comment in the live chat of what you think will happen, whether you support England or India, or if you're neutral. But the comment must be about cricket. Sibley's took it on the leg side wide of Midon. He's scored a few boundaries down there, and it's another boundary, 4. So he moves on to 64. It was sort of looped up by the bowler Nadeem, and he hits it in the gap between mid-wicket and mid-on, down into the corner of the ground. This time, Sibley hits the ball straight to mid-on, and England do not take any runs. So that's the end of the over. 167 for 2 from 65 overs. Just the boundary in the last 2 overs for England. We've had 8 overs since the start of the session. England have scored 27 runs, and the run rate, just as Channel 4, just as I was talking about it, Channel 4 showed the stats, and it's 3.38 runs an over. I did say that England would try and increase the scoring rate, and they are. England will want about, certainly for the rest of the day, and then the majority of tomorrow, I would have thought. Bumrah is bowling from the gate end. Or swings it in towards the stumps. Root blocks it. That's a good shot from Roots. He gets 2 on the leg side. Channel 4 are talking about the Test Championship. New Zealand have qualified for the final. I did not even know there was a Test Championship, but there is. And depending on the result of this series, either India, England, or Australia will qualify for the final. India and England are playing. They need to win the series by a certain margin to qualify, and if they don't, Australia will qualify. Channel 4 are going through all the various possibilities of what could happen. I will not bother doing that. I'll just say New Zealand have qualified. India, England, or Australia could qualify depending on what happens in this series, and I'll just leave it at that. Oh, that was close, but Roots, after playing a shot on the leg side, scampers through for a single. 3 runs from the over, and is England 172 from 66 overs. There's quite a lot of cricket left. This is a 4-test match series. The third test is a day-night match. Crick24 is watching my live stream. Hello, I'm in England. I'm watching the match live on television, and it's available in England to anyone that's got a basic TV. There's no need to pay for a subscription. It's on terrestrial TV, so anyone who's got a TV can watch it. So that's pretty much all the country. It's live on Channel 4 in England, and Channel 4 used to provide TV coverage of Test match cricket in England before, up till the 2005 Ashes, and then controversially, the Test match cricket all went to Sky Sports, so you have to pay for it. But this series, for some reason, is live on Channel 4. So obviously, Channel 4 didn't deal with the Indian Cricket Board, and that means that everyone can watch it for free. So I am taking advantage of that, as it doesn't normally happen. Crick24 is in India, and his YouTube channel name is Crick Sports. I suspect you support India then. They have done okay. Their bowlers have restricted England from scoring very quickly, but it looks as though Root and Sibley are they've got in, they've defended well, and I would have thought that they're going to push on in the last session of the day now. Uh, just update the score. 71 for 2 on 7 overs. Is that you? Oh, if you're still watching the stream, Crick24, are you doing a live stream yourself in Hindi? I can't speak any other language apart from English, so there's not really much point me watching your stream. But I hope you enjoying the match anyway. I must say, it looks a lot better than my stream because you've actually got a scoreboard on the live stream. And whilst I could try and fiddle about with it, it's probably just better that I just type the score in the comments after every over, which is a low-tech way of doing it. But I'm assuming people in England are watching the match anyway, so if they're watching me and not watching the match, that'd be pretty unusual. Sundar sort of runs in, and I don't know if he lost his footing or something, but he didn't deliver the ball. Hmm. England take a quick 2 runs there, and Root has now overtook Sibley and moved into the 70s. And that is the end of the over. England are 177 for 2. And that is from 68 overs. This session, handily provided for me, is from Channel 4's coverage, but England from 11 overs have scored 37 runs, so over 3 and over in this session. England approaching, still a bit away from it yet, but they're approaching towards the 200 mark. Oh, they're moving the side screens, are they? Yep. Channel 4 talking about India's slow over rates. There's half an hour at the end of the day that you can get to make up for a slow over rate. 90 overs are meant to be bowled in a day, and it's meant to be 6 hours of play, so you're meant to get 15 overs an hour in. So that should be 30 before lunch, 30 after lunch before tea, and 30 after tea. We did bowl 30 after lunch before tea, but only 27 before lunch, so they're behind on the over rates. Over rate 14.1, it should be 15. But after 6 hours of play, there's a possible extra half hour in the day to make up for any slowness in the over rate. So I would have thought they would get all the overs in by the end of the day. They hadn't bowled 90 overs by the time of 6.5 hours. That's 6 hours with the 30 minutes added on. And that's the end of the day anyway. So that is a maiden over. From Nadeem. We've had 12 overs since tea, and the drinks break is 7 minutes away. So realistically, they'll get 2 more overs in before the drinks break, you would have thought. And if they do that, that'd be 71 overs, 14 in the hour. So yeah, the over rate's a bit slow. Or England going for a quick run, and they've got there. Yeah, now Roots. Channel 4 are showing a montage of Roots sweep shots. And Channel 4 are making the same point I've made in the stream, that Root has not hit a sweep shot in the air. He's played some sweep shots, but it's looked safe. When Roy Burns did it, it looped off his glove and went straight to the wicket keeper. Two people watching. Hello. Oh, just one there. Sibley's batting, and he's played 2 forward defensive shots. I've lost count of the number of times he's done that today. But as long as he doesn't get out, that's all that really matters. And that is the end of the over. 1 run from it, which was, well, not a risky run, but a quick single that England took. So England are now 178 for 2 from 70 overs. 4 minutes before the drinks break, 20 overs left of the day. Before this be the last over before the drinks break. Joe Root's sweep shots played 9. He's hit 9 sweep shots, 16 runs scored, so he's used it to good effect. The strike rate, according to Channel 4, of 177.8. So yeah, he's used it quite a lot, but he's never looked like getting out on it. God. Roots hit a sweep shot in the air on the leg side. And he's got 2 runs, but he hit it in the air. So normally he's hit the sweep shots along the ground. Nadim's bowling, 0 for 45 from 16.2 overs. And Channel 4 are making the point that the new ball for India is due in 9.3 overs. Judging by the way that this ball has been scuffed up, I think India will take the new ball immediately as soon as it's available. Joe Root plays another sweep shot, but this time times it well. And it goes to the boundary on the leg side, wide of mid-off for 4. England have not hit a 6 in this match, but that's okay, they don't need to. And wide of any fielders who've got no chance with the speed of the ball of getting that ball straight to the boundary, 4 runs. Root moves on to 77. And there are, say, 2 balls of the over left. This time Root plays a shot defensively, steps backward, but not as far back as his stumps. No run. 1 ball in the over left. I think they might get another ball in before the drinks break, actually. Or England going for a quick single. And they've got it. Now, is it drinks break? Yes. England have scored 45 from those 14 overs. No, it is not a drinks break. They just about got the over in just in time to have another over. So Sundar's bowling and Root has took a single from the first ball of the over. Moves on to 79. Sibley is still on 64, so Root has overtaken Sibley now. And the second new ball is due in 8.5 overs for India. Sibley plays a defensive shot. It goes to short mid-wicket. No run. Sibley has played a lot of defensive shots in this game. That's a good shot. Only 1 run though. Well, dot ball from Root. Solid defensive block. This time he's got the ball through the gap and takes a single to the man at mid wicket. That is the end of the over. England 188 to from drinks break. Or have we? Root is on 80 now. England approaching 200. Sibley on 65. Nadeem is still bowling. He's conceded 50 runs from 17 overs, no wickets. I'm wondering what India are going to do here. They've got 8 overs now until the new ball can be taken. I'd have thought it's a no-brainer that they're going to take the new ball as soon as they're able to. Because this ball has not done anything for them, basically. Oh gosh, Root plays a sweep. It's a reverse sweep, but it goes for 4. Sort of switch hit as he goes and plays the shot. Yeah, plays the shot as a left-hander sweep. So it's a sort of conventional sweep for a left-hander. Oh god, ball bounces up, but goes to safety of the next ball. Off his pad. Yeah. So Nadeem is bowling to the right-handed Roots, left arm over the wicket. So the ball is pitching outside leg stump. Unlike back garden cricket, if the ball pitches outside leg stump in Test match cricket, you can't be out LBW. Um, so Roots can just pad it away without any problem at all, or even hit it to square leg and get a single. Roots moves on to 85. Roots sort of bounced it into the ground, so it took all the pace off the ball. And now Sibley hits it for a single. Moving on to 66. England. That is the end of the over. 194 for 2. From oh no! It's not the end of the over. The umpire has given a no ball. I don't believe this. So, after the no ball was given, so 194 for 2 was not the end of the over. The no ball was a run, and India have conceded 4 runs from overthrows from a possible run out attempt. Who gets that? Does Root get 4 runs for that? I think he does, doesn't he? So Root moves on to 89. Yeah, those runs do not go down as extras. They go down as runs for Root because he initially played a shot off the bat. So England scored 11 runs from that over, 199 for 2 from 73 overs. Sibley was out of his ground. India tried a run out attempt. Sibley would have got back in anyway had it hit the stumps, but it missed. Went straight to the boundary on overthrows. So there you go. It was worth a run out attempt, actually, I think. But that was a good over for England. So uh, Sibley still on 66. A partnership now, 136 runs from 292 balls. Sibley hits it on the leg side for a single, and England get to 200. 200 for 2. Partnership of 137 runs from the time that England was 63 for 2. And England have speeded up the scoring rate as they've gone throughout the day as well to get the 200 runs. Just got to keep going now. And this time, Roots gets his runs in a more conventional style, hitting the ball deep on the leg side towards wide of mid off, wide of long off, long on even, and mid on. It was down the leg side, wasn't it? Along the ground, 4 runs, no chance for a fielder. Joe Roots moves to 93. Perfect placement. No fielder's got a chance with that. This time he hits it on the offside towards mid-off and gets another single. Root closing in on a century. Dare I say he's on 94, not out at the moment. Oh, we've got a drinks break. Wow, England have scored in this 17 overs. If I'm adding this up right, and I am, 65 runs from 17 overs. So they've scoring at almost 4 and over now. So I'm just listening to Alistair Cook, who's in the studio for Channel 4. In my opinion, Alistair Cook is the best ever batsman to play the game for England. The statistics back that up. I think he's got the most centuries and he's got the most runs. He's basically making the point that England, whilst we are in a good position, a couple of wickets for India would mean that the game completely swings around. It has happened earlier today before. It's happened loads of times in Test cricket before. So partnership is 142. Alistair Cook is making the point as well that India are waiting for the second new ball, but with that, there's 6 overs left. And if England score, say, at that rate, they could easily be up another 20 runs before the new ball's taken. Anyway, Root is on strike, Nadeem is bowling. Root is on 94 not out. Looking for the century, but doesn't get it this time. So India have restricted England to few runs during the first 2 sessions of the day, but England had kept wickets in hand. And surely now, I said earlier that England would be looking for 100 runs in the session. From the start of the session, that would take them up to 240. The key thing is if they can keep the wickets in hand, they should get to there. But Root plays a shot down the offside, goes to the boundary. Let's see, it's like a sort of shot to sort of third man area. There's no slip. And yep, it goes straight to the boundary. He's on 98 now. And earlier on in the day, I said, oh, that's the end of the over. 9 for 2 on 75 overs. So 15 overs left in the day. Should take an hour, but I guess it will take a bit longer than that. Sibley's on strike now. 67 not out. Oh, that's a good shot from Sibley. Gets a boundary and he moves into the 70s himself now. And that's the 150 partnership. Did say that England would be looking for 400 at the start of the innings. Obviously, not all of them today. Some of them I'll be looking to bat well into tomorrow. Surely that is not out. India are appealing for LBW. I thought it had pitched outside leg, which is what the Channel 4 commentator has just said. India have not reviewed it. And it's definitely hitting the stumps, I think, but it's pitched outside leg. Yeah. Can't be out LBW then. Sundar is the bowler, and England have got another run. So another single, 6 runs from the over. This updates itself. No, 5 runs from the over. 214 for 2 from 76 overs. Sibley got a single, so he retains the strike for the next over. He's moved on to 72 now. Root at the non-strikers end on 98 not out. Yes. Sibley gets another boundary from a short ball and moves on to 76. A straight drive on the offside. There's a short ball and too short, basically. Try and learn some of the fielding positions by tomorrow so that when I'm commentating, you've got a better idea where it goes. The ball went square on the offside. Where are you from, sir? I am from England. I am from England and I am supporting England. End of the over. So that is 218 2 from 77 overs. Now Root is on strike. He's 98 not out. Enjoying watching the England team play on terrestrial television, which doesn't often happen for us here in England, but this series is on terrestrial TV, so anyone with a TV can just watch the match without having to pay anything. And I have to say, I think Channel 4's coverage today has been very good. Not that it Not that it need to do anything apart from just show the match, but so Roots hits it down the ground, but only goes to one. I don't think there was a second run there, to be fair. And Sibley would have been the one running towards the danger end, not Roots. It is good fielding, yeah. So Sibley's on 76, is on strike. Hits it down the leg side, and England will go for 2 runs there. Good running. 221 for 2. Another boundary for England off a misfield from India. 4 runs down the leg side, down mid wicket / square leg. No, behind square leg. And England have got 7 runs from this over already after 4 balls. And Sibley is on 83 as he hits another single. Roots is on 99. He's got the strike, but it's the last ball of the over. So if he doesn't get it this ball, he'll have to wait a bit longer. Oh, he's got it. Absolutely brilliant. Right, England are 227 for 2 from 78 overs. There are 12 overs left in the day, and there's 2 overs left until the new ball is taken by India on the 4. Root is 100 not out, getting his century. I have to say, when an Indian fan messaged me earlier on in the day saying that he was worried that Joe Root would get a big century, and at the time he was on 11. And I did say he was fully capable of getting a century. And it's been a really good century to get, a brilliant one. And he's certainly got the talent to do it. Whether he got himself in or not, well, he did get himself in, and to be fair, he's not really looked troubled since then. He scored the runs quite quickly, only 164 balls to get the century. And he'll be looking to bat out the rest of the day first of all, and to carry on tomorrow, because that's certainly a good innings from him. So he'd only scored his half century earlier on in this session, so he scored the last 50 runs very quickly. Ashwin is bowling 1 for 52 from 20 overs. He's replacing Nadeem, the spinner who's not spun the ball. But I do think he's bowled well, and he's varied his lines, he's varied his pace, he's varied his fielding positions to try and get some wickets. And he's got one wicket, although that's down to Rory Burns being silly. Um, and now Root has hit him on the leg side for just one single. New ball in 1.4 overs. Good century from Joe Root, and he's obviously very pleased about it. So, what the Indian fan was, who was fearing, who messaged me earlier that Joe Root would get a century, he certainly has done, and well deserved. He's played very well. He's capable of it. Can he go on now? I suspect. Well, there's certainly every chance that he can. Sibley's on 83 not out and has blocked the ball continuously in this over. India sort of half appealed, but not out. And 1 run from the over. So, England 228 for 2 from 79 overs. Last over before the new ball is taken. Well, India do not have to take the new ball, but I suspect they will. Batsmen scoring 100 in their 100th test. And Joe Root is only the ninth person to do that in the whole of Test match cricket since it began. Two people watching. Hello. You can comment in the live chat. You can even go off the stream and not watch it if you want as well. It is just a picture of me watching the match. I can't really show the match. Bit different having a cricket live stream. The pace of cricket is a lot slower than football, but still enjoyable. Sundar is bowling. England are going for 2. And they get 2. Root goes to 103. They'll be wanting to get to 150 and then 200, I would have thought. He's not going to get 150 by the end of the day, though, so really he just needs to survive to the end of the day now. Five balls left in the over. And Channel 4 basically said a few overs ago that India were waiting for the new ball. And I said at the time that England could get another 20 runs. Benefit of me putting the score after every over is that I can see exactly how England have got on in each over. And since that was said, England have scored 23 runs. So literally, India are waiting for the new ball, and that's part of the problem. But Joe Root has played brilliantly, and Channel 4 are now showing a montage of his innings highlights. Root has now placed it in the gap at mid-off. Another 4. Root moves on to 107. Certainly been a long day for India in the field. It's a very hot day. It's not a boiling sun there, but it's cloudy and I'd imagine quite hot there. England, well, I say run at a single, they sort of walk a single because it's an easy single. And Root moves on to 108. England 235. Sibley on 83. Right, the new ball is due after this last one ball in the over. It's blocked at 4 defensive to mid wicket, no run. End of the over. England 235 to from 80 overs. Channel 4 have gone to an advert break, so I don't know what India have done. 23 overs in the session. England have scored 95 runs. So they've scored really quickly at over 4 and over in this session. I simply don't understand this from India. The new ball is due. Ashwin is bowling. And England take a single. Roots hits it down to mid-on the leg side. And for whatever reason that they've got, there are 10 overs left in the day. They have not taken the new ball. This ball is scuffed up as anything and is not doing anything. I do not understand what India are doing. If it's some sort of plan they've got, I'd love to know what it is. Because I can't see it working. England get 4 leg byes. Runs off the bat this time. Sibley gets 2 and moves on to 85. Down by extra cover. Oh, right. As I said at the start of the session, England would be looking for 100 runs in the session. Well, they have already got 102 runs in the session. And there is still 9 overs left. As long as they don't lose a wicket for the rest of the day, I would have thought they could easily get another 30 or thereabout runs. Oh, right. India have taken the new ball, have they? 1 over late. Yep, the umpire is showing the ball to the scorers to indicate that it is a new ball. And although it's an over late, the second new ball has now been taken by India. Right, Ishan Sharma is going to be bowling. The theory of the new ball, this is in theory, is that it will be harder, so it will go quicker off the bats. Should carry towards fielders more easily if it's in the air, but should get to the boundary quicker for England if they hit it right in the correct places. Right, the very first ball, and there's a bit of swing. Two people watching the stream, hello. Welcome along to the live watch along of England playing against India in the cricket test match. It's the evening session. England are 242 for 2 after 81 overs. Root has got a century. Feel free to comment on the video on the live chat, either if you support England or India, or if you're neutral, and what you think might happen in the match. England get a new boundary off the new ball. Root gets the boundary. 113 he's on. Please feel free to subscribe to me, turn on your notifications, and like the video. I think India needed to take the new ball. They need to do something. They couldn't carry on with the old ball. Root plays a solid defensive stroke, straight to mid-off. Just a one boundary from the overs so far. Shot down the leg side behind leg for Roots. It's only single though because there's a field there. So England Get 5 runs from the over, 247 to 2 from 82 overs. The first over with the new ball from India. 5 runs, a boundary, and then a single, all for Root. Eight overs left in the day with a latest possible finishing time of 11:30 a.m. UK time, which I think is 4 o'clock in India. No, 5 o'clock in India, I think. I did say India had a cloudy day. Not anymore. It is a bright blue sky. Contrast that with my weather outside, and it's a dull grey day of clouds. Right, England have hit 2 runs from the first ball of the next over. Yes, right. The time is on there. It's 4:22 p.m. in India at the moment, so they are 5.5 hours ahead. If I've got my maths right. Yep. Ah, that's good ball. Well, partnership for England now is 186 runs from 348 balls for this wicket. So we're approaching the 200-run partnership. Three balls left in this over. And, okay, judging by the flags waving around there, it's very windy in India. It leaves the ball and it goes through to the wicketkeeper. He's on 116, not out. Shot on the offside, but no run. That's the end of the over. England now 249 for 2 from 83 overs. 2 runs from that last over. 7 overs left in the day. Obviously, England approaching the 250 mark. Sibley's on strike. He's on 85. I suspect he will want to get his century by the end of the day. Without batting desperately, he's got 7 overs left in the day. Current rate of scoring, he probably won't. Current rate of his scoring, he probably won't get there, but you never know. Just it only takes a few boundaries for him to get there. So what I do think is he won't be rushed to get it. Channel 4 showing the wickets of the day so far. Burns decided to reverse sweep. He gloved it and it looped up in the air. Easy catch for the wicket keeper. Lawrence, LBW, trapped behind on the crease, going to hit middle stump. As plumb as you get. Since then, Root has come to the crease and scored 116 runs. Sibley has been at the crease since the start of the match. Has been overtaken by Root. Sibley's only got 85, but has built been in solidly, and both of the batsmen have played very well. Two people are watching the stream. Hello. Feel free to like the video, subscribe, and hit your notifications so that you know when I'm posting a video. And feel free to comment in the chat whether you support England, India, or if you're neutral and what you think might happen in this match. Hmm. Sibley plays a defensive block, and that is the end of the over. 249 from 2 for 2 wickets from 84 overs. And that was a maiden over. Yes. So the Test match captains, Channel 4 are going through each international cricket captain, how many runs they've scored since 2018. Joe Root is the highest scorer. He's not got the highest average, but England play so much Test cricket that they don't ever have a summer or a winter tour off. So he has scored about 800 more runs than the next batsman in the list of captains. Oh, he's got cramp though. Right, England. Root hits a single to sort of square leg. England get to the 250 mark. So that's a good start for the England team today. And Channel 4 are showing the balls per 50 for England's team. It's too quick for me to see and repeat the figures, but basically England has speeded up as they've gone along throughout the day, which I knew anyway. But that just shows how quickly they did it. Right, it's past 11 o'clock English time, so the game should have ended by now. There's an extra half hour possible because of a slow over rate, which by the time India will get all 90 overs in by the time in that half hour. So 250 for two from 85 overs. So there's a 5 overs left, but if for some reason India didn't bowl them by half 11 in half an hour, that would be the end of the day, regardless of how many they've bowled. That they'll easily get 5 overs in within that time. England, I would have thought, would be looking for another 15 or so runs. I'll say three and over, so 15 would be three and over. And Sibley will be looking for 15 runs himself personally because he's on 85. Three people watching. Hello. Now two. did say at the start of the session England would be looking for 100 runs in the session, and they've gone past it. Now they're on 111 runs, so they've done very well. Sibley blocks the ball. Oh, I've got a like. Thank you very much. It is appreciated. Thought I'd give a live cricket watch along ago, just because it's a longer format of a live stream. It's a slower pace of the game, so it's a bit more relaxed. And I enjoy watching cricket as well, by the way. Very rarely that it's on terrestrial TV, and I've enjoyed watching Channel 4's coverage of it. Sibley is still stuck on 85. He's been stuck actually in the 80s for quite a while. I hope it's not playing on his mind or something like that. End of the 86 over, 1 run in the over. England are 251 for 2 from 86. Rivers. Joe Root is suffering from cramp, and Sibley, to say the least, looks like he's very sweaty. Um, he's just rubbing himself dry with his own shirts. It is a hot day out there. That's obvious to say. But it's a lot easier batting when it's a hot day than fielding. I know that from experience of playing cricket, albeit at a very low level. Oh, who's India brought on as bowler now? I think let's change the bowler. Is it Nadeem again? I think it is. Right. Rooters scrambled a single. He's got cramp, but he's still running fairly well. And Sibley's on strike. He's been on 85 for some time. And I don't think he's going to get his century by the end of the day, so you might as well just bat to be not out by the end of the day. Oh, simply places it. Well, he didn't really place it. He sort of it came off his back down the leg side behind square, and he's got a single, so he moves on to 86. That's great from Roots. He's placed it on the offside down by the covers. He's not got a boundary vote. I think it was two. So what a brilliant shot from Joe Root. He might be injured, but I suppose if you've got cramp, the best way to score runs is to hit the ball to the boundary, which he has done for six. And England scored 10 runs from the over and are 261 for two from 87 overs. 19 runs have been scored since the new ball was taken in 6 overs. 121 runs in the session from 30 overs at over 4 and over. And the physio is coming on for Joe Roots. I imagine he just needs to stretch his legs. There's only about 12 minutes of play left if the Indians bowl at a sensible over rate. And Joe Root was playing a sweep shot again. He's generally not hit the ball in the air, but this time he did to get a six. Great shot by him. And Joe Root is hobbling. They're showing a replay of him hobbling as after he's played the shot. He's clearly in a bit of pain. He's just stretching his legs. As long as he gets knocked out by the end of the day, he'll have done his job. Yeah, he's just stretching his legs. I, I wonder how this affects the running in between the wickets if the ball does not go to the boundary, because clearly Sibley will want to get. He won't be desperate for his century today, but he'll want to get as many runs as possible. He doesn't want to be just stuck on 86, dependent on hitting boundaries. Right, Bumrah has come on for a final spell of 2 overs today. Right arm over the wicket. First ball, Sibley doesn't even bother playing it, and it goes through to the wicket keeper, wide of off stump. Second ball is straight. Sibley plays a defensive shot, forward defensive shot to mid on. No run. Joe Root, by the way, is now on 127 after that 6. Um, I'm I'm assuming Sibley just wants to see the over out and make sure that Root doesn't have to do anything for the rest of the day. Partnership is 198 runs, by the way, off 378 balls. So that's approaching 200. Sibley blocks again. The ball goes to point, I think it is. At some point in the over, Sibley's going to have to take a single if they don't want Joe Root to do anything, because otherwise Joe Root's going to be on strike the next over. So it depends what England do here. Another defensive block, no run. Another dot ball. Final ball of the over. Sibley blocks it again. And that is the end of the over. England 261 for 2 from 88 overs. That was a maiden over. 2 overs left in the day. Root is on strike now, though. So despite his cramp, he's gonna have to face this next over. He'll be the bowler for India. It's Ashwin is the bowler. I think he's the bowler previous over as well when I said it was Nadeem. Right, Root scrambles a single, so he's off strike. He's now on 128. Now Sibley, he's off the 86 mark. So Sibley takes a single, so he moves on to 87. I'm assuming that. Yep. Right. That those two quick singles have actually pushed the third wicket partnership for England up to 200 runs. They were 63 for 2 just before lunch when Root came in. They're now 263 for 2. Root blocks the ball again. Sibley's going to have to take 13 runs off the last over, so he's not going to get his century. Right. That is the end of the over. England are now 262 from 89 overs. Last over of the day. Sibley is bolt batting even. He's on 87 not out. Sibley blocks the ball again. Dot ball, no run, no wicket. That looks out. It's been given out. I thought it was out. I have reviewed it, but I think it did not hit the bat. It hits the batsman in line. It's. I thought it was out. England have reviewed it, but only. I think it's a review because they might as well review it rather than they believe that it's anything that's possible. So there's no bat. Is it going to hit the stumps? Yes. Yeah. England have wasted a review. I didn't think it was worth reviewing. So Sibley is out 87 for by LBW. He's okay. So as that is the last over of the day, because there's a wicket in the last over of the day, and they've already gone over the allotted time of 6 hours, that will be the end of the day. So England 263 for free from 89.3 overs close of play. So I'll just go through the scorecards. Overall scorecard is Burns was out for 33. Sibley was eventually out for 87. Played very well, but got really defensive as the day went on. So total is 263 from 89.3 overs. And we will just go. Who was bowling the last over? Boomerang. So, just to sum up the day's play, England finish 263 for free from 89.3 overs at close of play. The overall scorecard is as follows: Burns 33 out caught doing a ridiculous sweep, but looped off his glove into the air straight to the wicket keeper. Sibley 87 out LBW last ball of the day. He reviewed it. It was going to hit leg stump. I didn't think it was worth reviewing, but you've got free reviews. You might as well use them up. Lawrence 0 out LBW again, caught on the crease behind, and well, ball was hitting middle stump, so no point reviewing that one. Roots 128 not out, very good innings. I should say, actually, skipping back up to Sibley, he did play very well at the start of the day and built the innings. and England got a 200-run partnership thanks to his efforts for the third wicket. But he did play more defensively at the end of the day and didn't look like he was going to get his century, and in the end got out. 15 extras, 11 no balls from India, and 4 leg byes. So, total for England 263 for 3 from 89.3 overs. Bumrah has took 2 wickets, Ashwin 1 wicket. I'd say overall England have probably had the better day and have got a solid platform to build on tomorrow, but it's obviously a bit of a shame for us that the wicket came from the last ball of the day. So that concludes the stream. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. Please feel free to comment below if YouTube allow comments, which I will make sure hopefully they will, but don't comment spam. I'll just delete it. You can also feel free to like the video, subscribe to me, and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss a video from me. Apart from that, I hope you've enjoyed watching the stream. I've enjoyed doing the stream, and I'll see you for tomorrow's play. Goodbye.